Guys, we're down here in Bluffton, South Carolina. We got our catch from today. We have two nice sheephead. As you can see, they're really pretty fish. They have really pretty black bars that run down. They kind of fade though after they die. But and we also have a bluefish we'll be cleaning up today. He was kind of a special fella, as he only has one eye. He's missing an eye, so kind of special fish there. So we're gonna do an instructional video on how to clean fish and some tips to use if you want to do it like the pros. All right, so starting off, we'll start with our sheephead. And I recommend several things. I recommend having a bowl. I recommend either glass or metal, as those will not retain the fishy smell, because if you use a plastic bowl, it'll kind of smell like fish afterwards, which you don't really want. And I also like these cutting boards. You don't have to use these, but for me at least, they make life a whole lot easier. So anyway, we'll start the cleaning process with this guy. All right, let's lay him flat. And so with sheephead, you gotta be kind of careful with these guys, as they have several spines. Their main spine is along their back here. It's kind of like a giant brim in a way, if you've ever caught a freshwater bluegill. And you gotta watch out for these spines. And they also have spines on their fins down here on the bottom, and even at the tail. So just be careful, especially when you're catching them, but even when you're cleaning them, just to watch out for those spines. And now sheephead are one of the hardest fish to clean. And their skin is super tough, their scales are super tough, and so I recommend you really sharpen your knife. I spent a lot of time sharpening my knife today just to make sure we're ready to take this guy on, and I think we're ready for him. And so Alan, you got any questions?
No, I'm ready to learn. So basically, I'm here. Wiggins is the expert as far as cleaning goes. I'm new to this. Not new to fishing, but new to cleaning for sure. So I'm just here to spectate. Wiggins go and walk me through it, and maybe I'll clean one after he finishes this up. So no questions for me.
All right, well, let's start. So I start a lot of times by cutting the head, and a lot of times I start with cutting kind of under the scales, because if you go straight through the scales, it's really tough. And so if you go at an angle, it makes it a little easier getting under the scales. So you kind of start by cutting down like this, right that. So you made an incision right into kind of right behind his head. And so what we're doing today was we're filleting the fish, so we don't want any bones on the meat after we're done. So just as a heads up, what kind of cleaning we're going to be doing. So start off with that cut. Kind of turn your knife a little bit, rotate it a little bit. Start cutting it down the backbone. And
you'll feel the skeleton, right?
Yes, you kind of feel the backbone a little bit. And so now we got a little start going there. And I want to also like to come start at the tail, start working our way up from the opposite direction, and we'll meet in the middle. Coming up here.
These spines want to get you.
Yeah, Alan, you want to hold this board down for me right here?
Oh.
Hey, try to hold a little tighter.
Hold on. Get that fin up there.
Let's get his tail all the way up in there, see if we can get him down a little further.
Oh yeah.
There we go.
There we go.
All right. And this guy's been dead for a while. There's still gonna be a little bit of blood, but he's been dead for a while.
We did catch those this morning.
Yeah, and so we shouldn't have to worry about too much of it. But this stuff is so hard to cut through, guys. So just take your time. Don't waste any of this meat. This is some of the best eating fish in the waters around here. And so I recommend just taking your time. Don't rush it. I see a lot of guys out there just rushing their fish, and I'm like, guys, what are you doing? Just take your time. You worked hard to catch it. Spend a lot of money on gas and lures and all that. So take your time. Don't rush through the fish. And so that's the way my philosophy on cleaning fish.
I feel like a lot of people hate cleaning fish, but I feel like it could be very therapeutic almost.
I really enjoy it, honestly. I actually look forward to cleaning my fish and kind of getting to improve on it and learn how to do it better. Like in my whole life, I've probably cleaned like 3 or 4 sheephead. I've caught a lot more than that, but my dad used to always clean them. And it was only the past couple of years when I started doing it myself. And so, but I've been cleaning fish for about, maybe about 10 years now. But we haven't done as much saltwater fishing as we used to. But we still like to get out there every now and then and get on them. And today we sure did. As you can see, I'm just peeling back there we go. We cut all the way through now. So I'm peeling back the meat from the backbone. And I don't know if you can see in the camera right here, we got the top part peeled back. So now you want to start working on the bottom part.
Nice clean cut right there too.
Thank you. Try to stay on that backbone. You can feel the backbone with your knife, and their bones are so thick, you shouldn't have any problems with cutting through it. But and their spines do stick up a touch, so you kind of got to go over a little bit, then come back down. And keep cutting, keep it clean. And this is a sharp knife, guys. This shows you how tough this skin and scales are. that with a super sharp knife, I'm still having to do this. Alan, have you ever cleaned a brim before?
I think a long time ago. It's probably been 2 years or so.
Yeah, this is very similar to cleaning a brim, but just on a giant scale with on a larger scale with giant scales and thicker skin.
Very similar process. Yeah, you're starting to see it all peel away now.
Look at that beautiful sheephead meat right there, guys. Beautiful sheephead meat.
I'm excited to eat this one.
This will be a good one. All right, so now this right here, you'll see the backbone is right here, backbone, and right here is the rib cage. And so now we've kind of peeled back the meat off the rib cage, as you see my knife doing right here. And you kind of come alongside and start just cutting down like this, and just cutting the skin off the rest of the way, and kind of doing this at the same time, just kind of get all the meat you can off that rib cage. So trying to do a little sawing action here just to get through that tough sheephead skin. Just like that, we got our first sheephead fillet.
Nice. Oh, it's great.
Yeah, look, let me step over and grab my other knife real quick. So I like to have a second knife to hold the tail down right here, and use the first knife to kind of peel the skin back. So right now we're just separating the skin from the meat. That's all we're doing right now.
And then next thing you know, you have a store-bought fillet.
Well, you actually can't buy sheephead in the store. Sheephead, they're that prized, but they're super sought after fish because they're such good eating. The meat's very firm. I've heard people even compare it to like lobster before, and so it's really good eating fish. And here in South Carolina, just on sheephead, the legal size limit is 14 inches, and these guys were just over. I think one was 14, one was 15. So these guys were about as small as you can keep legally here, but they do get a lot bigger. We've caught upwards of 20-something inches before, and so I'm trying to be really careful not to lose any of that sheephead meat. Just trying to keep this knife cutting flush here. Unfortunately, the other day I was cleaning a gar and I kind of messed up my knife a touch, so it's struggling a little bit here, but all right, guys, so you can see you want to leave that red meat on the skin. You don't want to take that stuff. That stuff is really fishy tasting, so you want to try to leave that, but also take the actual meat off the fish as well. And so now, as you can see right here, we got a few bones. I'm not sure if you can see that or not. There's some bones right here running along this spine, so we want to come back and cut those bones out of him because we want this to be a boneless fillet, guys. So cut it like that, cut it like that. Bring this up right here, and when you finish up, you just want to make sure, just feel along, make sure there's no more bones in there. And I think this guy's good to go, honestly. Look at that beautiful,
perfect,
boneless sheephead fillet right there, guys. Beautiful. All right, and so we'll put him in the bowl. And Alan, if you want to put a little bit of water in that bowl just to get it soaking. Some people say that you shouldn't put saltwater fish in fresh water. I don't know. I've never had a problem with it. Maybe if you're making sushi or something, it's not the best, but I've never had any issues with it being a problem. Just repeat the process, guys. Start cutting this kind of sideways a little bit, angle it, cut down. Now turn your knife around a little bit, start peeling it off the back. Thank you, Alan. Good job. And now we're going to start the tail.
Great job on pouring that water.
And then
don't worry, I got you.
Thank you. I wouldn't want anybody else to pour my water other than you, Alan.
There we go. I needed that compliment.
All right. So we're doing, as you can see, the same process again. It's a little harder on this side because we don't have the other side of the fish supporting us. And so we're just kind of trying to peel it back here. And I kind of go back and forth sometimes, see what side's going easier. And just trying to get that meat, or get the top of the sheephead separated from the meat. Kind of get us a little cavity in there we can work with, start peeling it back. There we go. Around that little lump there. Try to stay as close to that backbone as you can, guys. And guys, sheephead are very interesting fish. They eat a lot of oysters and barnacles and little crabs and stuff, which is, I hear, what makes the meat so tasty, is because they don't eat other fish as much. They eat more shellfish. So it helps the meat be more tender and kind of the firmness of it helps with that as well. And also, just guys, I want you to see where they get the name sheephead from. Look at that face right there. We'll peel back those teeth. They got like human-like teeth.
Probably the ugliest looking teeth you've ever seen.
I mean, my gosh. I mean, you see where they get the name from, sheephead.
The crackhead of the seas right there.
Yeah. It looks like he's been on meth a couple of years. My gosh.
I mean,
Poor guy. I'm trying to get it. I want you to see it inside his mouth here, because they have like rows of teeth going back. Let's see if we can get his mouth to open.
yeah.
I want y'all to see this. All right, now that we're starting to get it peeled off, we got it all the way down. I want to come down and stay on that backbone. There we go, just peeling it off, just like that, guys. Try not to leave any of that delicious sheephead meat on the skeleton. Take it all.
That one went a lot easier too.
Mm-hmm. I can't get the hang of it. Like I said, I hadn't done this in several years actually. I haven't done a whole lot of saltwater fishing in the last couple of years. Growing up, we saltwater fished all the time, but here recently, haven't got married, got a house. You know, guys, don't have as much time for things you used to do. So, but it's good to be back on the water though, doing some good saltwater fishing.
Couldn't agree more with that.
Mm-hmm. Just peeling that meat off. And to catch these fish today, we used fiddler crabs, and they loved them. We actually ran into fiddler. We probably would have had more fish than this, but we ran into fiddlers.
What would you say? We started with 30 or so?
Yeah.
And which honestly probably wasn't that many, but I mean, we went through them in probably, less than 45 minutes.
Easily. I mean, and sheephead are pretty sneaky fish too, that you can't really feel them bite a lot of times. They'll hit really soft, and they don't run with it like most fish. Like if you catch a bluegill or a bass or whatever, they hit it and they don't sit there, they run. Sheephead will bite and they just sit there, they don't run with it. And so, see myself, I just prick myself with these spines, so just be careful, guys. It's not a terrible feeling, there's no poison, it's not like a catfish, but you still don't want to get pricked by those things.
Definitely not a pleasurable experience.
Definitely not. All right, let's get this all separated here. All right, there we go, there's our sheephead fillet. Let's see how we did here. See, you can see how much meat's left on the skeleton right here on the backbone, and we did a decent job.
It's almost translucent. Yeah, pretty good.
Some people say you want to be able to read a newspaper through it, and I don't know about reading newspaper, but that's not bad, not bad. Alan, do you want to get our trash bucket over here?
Yeah. Our
gut bucket, and we might.
That's the yellow one, right? Yeah,
the yellow one. So we might actually use this stuff for crab bait. A little later on, we got a crab trap in the water right now.
Ooh, let's do it right here.
We may need to add to it, but we'll see. We'll see how this goes, guys. So right now we're just again peeling that meat off the skin, getting that.
Mike can show them up close to that camera.
Oh yeah.
See what they got. This container's dirty.
Again, guys, I'm just taking my time, just kind of working back and forth sometimes. I mean, you can do it faster, but I'm trying to get as much meat as I possibly can. Don't want to leave any of that meat behind.
The face and the teeth. I mean, let me see if I can get it. Teeth are pretty crazy.
That, guys. Left most of that red skin behind, but you don't want that. Got the meat. And so now I'm feeling out the bones here on this dude. Feeling the bones, they're right in here. We just want to cut those guys out. Get us a boneless sheephead fillet. Come up the top. Just take that out there. And just make sure, like I said, guys, just feel along. Make sure you didn't accidentally catch any ribs or anything like that. And we do have a little bit of a swim bladder looking thing up in here. We don't really want swim bladder in our meat. It looks kind of gross. So we'll cut that little dude out. Little nasty looking thing. If you ever see anything nasty like this in your meat, just cut it out, guys. Don't try to eat that. Unless you're weird. You can eat it then, I guess. I wouldn't recommend it. All right, look at that. Boneless, skinless sheephead fillet.
It's perfect.
Drop him in the water, let him rinse off a little bit. All right, what do you want to do next, Al? You want to take on the bluefish next?
Yeah, let's do the bluefish. Let's change it up.
Bluefish, we're mixing it up here. All right, guys, this is a bluefish right here.
Let me show him up close to the other camera real quick.
Yeah. Y'all get a peek at him first.
Oh,
That's a bluefish. Show what's special about that fish,
Oh,
Alan.
yes, our special
He only has one eye.
Let's see if it'll catch it.
Yeah,
there it is.
One eye. A lot of times I'll let fish like that go. They have some kind of defect or some kind of scar they survive. But I knew y'all would be waiting on me. I knew y'all would like to see how to clean a bluefish, so we kept this guy. Now, a lot of people say bluefish are trash fish. I do not believe that. I've had bluefish before. I've never not liked bluefish. I mean, if you don't cook them right, obviously, it may not be good. But if you cook it right and if you don't like let it sit out for a long time and get all nasty, it's going to be a good fish. I don't know why people knock it so much. It's got just a bad reputation for whatever reason, but it's not bad meat. So start off, if you've ever cleaned a bass or a walleye, trout, ever filleted any of those fish, bluefish is very similar. It's a skinny fish. It's not a more brim-like fish like the sheephead was. So we're just gonna start by doing the same similar process though. We're cutting along the back here, working our way up towards the head. This skin and scales are so much thinner on these guys, so they're so much easier to clean than the sheephead. So much easier. The sheephead are some of the hardest fish to clean in my opinion. So again guys, just peeling that meat back. Try to leave it on the backbone if you can. Try to miss any of that bluefish meat. And guys, a lot of fish, as long as you deep fry it, you're not gonna taste any difference. I mean, some fish might be a little more or a little more fishy than others, but when it's deep fried, guys, it's hard to tell, to be honest with you. I've had a lot of fish in my time. All right, so now we're gonna start just peeling it back down the bone. Bluefish do have a bunch of pin bones, and I'll show you how to get rid of those in a second here. You don't wanna eat pin bones, they're nasty. They can really ruin, you can have a good fish and you get pin bones and it just ruins the experience for you. Here we go, just peeling that meat off. Coming alongside here. Look how like bluish the meat is compared to the sheephead. The sheephead's really kind of white, and the bluefish is a lot more kind of almost blue in color, actually, I'd say.
Is that where the name comes from, or is that just an unrelated
I'm not sure. It could be. I mean, the fish doesn't look very blue. It looks more white to me, so I'm not sure why it's called bluefish.
Yeah, that's a good point.
So, and again, these also have that red line on the back, so you kind of lift up your knife a little bit. Don't want to get all that red stuff on there. Try to leave some of that behind on this. Let me see. It's got that red line, obviously, like I said. And so here you go. You can feel the pin bones. You gotta run your finger right through here, and you'll feel those pin bones. And you just want to cut those guys out. So we're gonna come right here, cut down. Come right here on the bottom side, cut down.
Now, are the pin bones? I don't know. Is that like the rib cage, or is that just its own thing?
Yeah, a lot of saltwater fish have separate bones, just called pin bones, that run in different spots in the meat. Another freshwater fish that has pin bones is trout. Trout has pin bones actually. So do salmon. And so a lot of times the thinner fish or the smaller fish they'll cook through. But you can see, guys, I don't know if you can see right here. These are the pin bones right here. You can see that right there, Alan. These little bones sticking out. You don't want that in your food. And there we go. We got a bluefish fillet. Like I said, it's not the best fish in the whole wide world to eat, but it's not bad. It's really not. And so there we go. Bluefish.
Put it on the table.
Let's flip this guy over and get the other side. And the board really is nice with these smaller fish. So much easier to clean, honestly. And I believe for some reason in South Carolina they recently changed the catch limit. It used to keep 15 of these bluefish. Now I believe you can only keep 5. I'm not sure what that was about. Seemed to be plenty of them to me, but whatever reason they changed the rules on that. So just kind of coming along the backbone here. Stay on the backbone as best you can. Just peeling it off. And this side is a little bit hard to clean, guys. Like I said, the top side is a little harder to clean, that you don't have the other side to rest against. So we're just peeling it back. Stay as best as we can on that backbone. Trying to miss out on any of that bluefish meat. Here we go, just coming along here. Taking our time, no rush, guys, no rush. Take your time. You worked hard to catch this fish, don't waste it. All right, so we kind of cut up here to the head. Start peeling back now. Alan, do you have any questions on bluefish?
No, honestly, I feel like that's pretty straightforward. Looks very, very similar to a bass. Other than the pin bones. That's a new one to me. So
Yeah.
it's a nice little trick.
All right, here's our bluefish fillet. You can see what's left on there. I left a little bit more on the top, on the most recent side I cleaned than the old side, but did our best
So
there.
that's a job well done.
Not too bad, not too bad. So now we'll go ahead and get the meat off the skin here. Guys, it was funny how I caught this fish today. I was using a mullet, and I was just kind of throwing out for whatever would bite, fishing on the bottom. And something hit, and I started reeling it in, and I thought I got off, but all of a sudden something else hit. And I thought the same fish just came back for more. So I reeled in, and it was this bluefish. But on the head of but where my hook was, I saw another fish whose head was, it was just the head, all that's left, the body was gone. I think it was some kind of eel. So I must have caught an eel on a mullet, and then the bluefish saw the eel, and then came and ate the eel. So it was kind of a strange situation there, but all that to say, we got our bluefish somehow. Kind of an interesting story. I wish I'd been videoing, guys. It would have been kind of interesting to see if that thing come in. Get rid of that. Then again, just check again for pin bones and any other rib bones or whatever. Make sure you don't have any more bones than that. Nobody wants to bite down on a bone. All right, I don't think we got it, guys. There's our bluefish fillet.
Another one clean.
All right.
Nice.
We got, last but not least, we got another sheephead.
Yep.
And so
Take all this.
Alan's in charge of the gut man.
All right. Get the other fish out here. Oh. Another prideful catch.
What a pretty fish.
That guy.
Big old sheephead. All right, guys. So we'll repeat the process of what we did originally. Alan, I might get you to clean the other side if you'd like to.
Yeah.
I'd like to attempt it. Go ahead and get this first side cleaned off right here. So again, try to angle that thing down. Sometimes you kind of gotta readjust, find the right spot. There we go. And kind of turn that knife, start coming along the backbone there. And then we'll start at the bottom here. Start working our way up from this way too. Yeah, oh yeah, sorry guys. I want y'all to see it. Have a good angle there on for y'all. Just coming right alongside the backbone. And here we go, kind of got a little incision right here. So keep pulling it on through. Sheephead, like I said, is one of the best eating fish out there. Some people actually leave the skin on, leave the scales on, and fillet it, and just cook it. They call it cook it on the half shell. They'll grill it and put lemon and all that kind of good stuff on there. I personally have not tried that before. We usually actually just deep fry it. But I hear sheephead is amazing cooked on the half shell. Alan, how do you usually eat fish?
Usually it's deep fried for me. I wouldn't mind grilling it, maybe blackened.
Yeah.
But I've never tried leaving scales on, you know, and I feel like that would be a fun experience.
Yeah, it'd definitely be unique.
But I feel like that's something I would do once and then be like, yep, well, did it. Going back to fried.
One and done.
But it's so hard to beat fried fish.
Oh yeah, I love anything fried. Other day I actually caught a nice gar, and I've heard people always talk about how you can eat gar, and so I decided to keep him. And we cleaned him up, and honestly it wasn't terrible. The meat was a little chewy actually. I've always heard it was mushy, but it was chewy. And wasn't the most pleasurable fishing experience, I mean eating experience, but I mean if you were in a pinch, it's not the worst thing to eat. So, and again guys, now we're just peeling again off that rib cage. Just peeling it off.
Nice. Just right off the bone.
You can see that we're spoon bladder type deal right there. We don't want that in our meat.
Just want to sneak in there.
And like I said, guys, I highly encourage you to sharpen your knife up before this. Sharpen the crap out of that thing, because sheephead are tough fish to clean. cutting that off. There we go.
Fine.
Another sheephead fillet. Again, we're just gonna peel this bad boy back here.
Oh, let's bring you back over
yeah,
here.
make sure y'all can see what we're doing here. Same, repeat the process, same thing. Oops, I'm having a little trouble catching it. There we go. Ah, crap. Sometimes it happens like that. Sometimes the meat just, or the knife just cuts through the skin, especially when you have a really sharp knife. So just find another spot and restart if that ever happens with you. Sometimes you can flip around, do this side, especially on the water fish, like brim or crappie or whatever. You don't usually have to do this on them unless they're really big. But the big fish, you kind of gotta find different spots to start cutting from. So you don't scalp any of the meat off and leave it on the skin. You don't want to do that. And then with these fish again, you don't have to feel too bad about leaving a little bit on there because of all that red skin or red meat. You don't want that fishy flavor. Missed a little bit there, but not too much. Come on, boy, cut through. There we go.
Looks pretty solid.
Yeah, almost got it here, just a little bit more into the ribs. There we go. There's our, we left a little bit right there, but I mean, most of that was the red skin, so I'm not too sad about that. And again, let's cut that nasty little bladder thing out. Yuck, get out of here. All right, now fill those pin bones here. And I think these are actually pin bones. They run right down to right here. So let's start actually on the back side of him here. Make sure we cut all those nasty things out there. We don't want any pin bones in our good sheephead. All right, pin bones gone.
Boom.
There we go, like that. We got another boneless, skinless sheephead fillet. And guys, you know what? That first one I cleaned might have that little nasty bladder thing in it. Let's see if it survived our cleaning. Nasty bladder thing, where are you? I'll tell you what, guys, I think I actually got it. I don't think I left it in there. I was a little afraid I left it. We're good there, guys. Nasty thing is gone. All right, Alan.
All right.
You've seen me clean
Step right up.
5 different fillets. You can try this one.
So for all the viewers watching, this is going to make you feel a lot better because you've watched now an experienced cleaner to now someone who has very little experience, and yeah, it's just going to make it that much more real for you. So
Let's start a little further. Let me start about right. So you can kind of feel where the meat stops and then the head starts. It's about
Okay.
right there. And so start as far back as you can and kind of angle it a little bit there. Yeah. You're getting through it. Get out of the way just in case some nice slips there.
yeah, you got to get some elbow grease in there.
There you go.
So once it gets through, you turn that knife, right?
Yep.
Make the turn.
Yeah, I try to pull it out a little bit, so you don't want it to cut too deep. You kind of want just the tip of the knife in there, right there, and just so you kind of feel with the backbone with your knife as you're cutting.
Okay.
You feel the backbone down there.
Oh yeah.
And sometimes you might be hitting the bone, so you might need to turn the knife up a little bit and let it kind of skip over that bone. I wouldn't go too deep. Just keep the tip up. Same with regular fish. You gotta keep the tip up with a knife. And you might want to flip back the other way, start cutting towards the tail. Sometimes it's easier to come back from that direction. And that you're gonna have to just saw the crap out of that thing.
This I'm left-hand dominant, you guys. So this is.
Well, you actually might want to. Well, I'm trying to think of how you want to do that.
Is it hard to do that?
It is harder to do that from that direction because you got the belly. It's a lot easier to do the back than it is the belly.
Okay, so right in here.
Yep, we want to start. And for just a sec, you're gonna have to just saw the crap out of it. Kind of start sawing down, then kind of turn it a little bit. Yeah, start turning it. Yeah, there you go. You're starting to get it. Just keep it on the backbone. Kind of angled it a little bit down, maybe.
Oh, yep, feel it.
Just down that backbone, and then you shouldn't really cut through it because sheephead, those bones are so thick. And you might want to start kind of pulling up the knife a little bit, and so you just kind of use a tip to start cutting along the back here.
Okay.
So you don't really want to. So with cutting fish, you want it more. You don't want to really saw with a fillet knife. You kind of want to just kind of pull it, kind of like
Oh, yeah.
yeah, angle it down a little more. You kind of want to stay a little more on the backbone there. There you go. You gotta watch out for those fins; they'll get you stuck.
Wow, you really made this look easy.
Hold it for you.
And then do you come back to the front, or you just try to keep on going?
Yeah. Once I get a good cut going, a lot of times I just stick with what I got there. So you kind of want to just keep the tip in. You're just barely cut. So you don't want to go too deep. Yeah, there you go. That's perfect. You don't want to cut too deep, and you're hitting a bone right now. It looks like.
Okay.
Kind of tilt the knife up a little bit, kind of get over that bone. And if you do hit a bone, you can come back later and cut it out. Not the end of the world.
Oh wow. Okay.
Yeah, it's a lot better right there.
Getting a little bit of a groove, a little bit.
You almost got it to where you started at.
Nice. Okay.
So now what you want to do is kind of peel that back and see where you're working with there, and keep that knife right on the backbone and start kind of peeling it back. Because you're actually doing really good.
Okay.
So I would encourage you to kind of keep that knife right on the backbone and kind of cut off a downward motion like that.
Okay.
And kind of hold this with one hand. Being a lefty, it probably makes it a lot harder. And so
the wrong hand.
And again, just take your time, no rush on this, guys. There you go, and that's looking pretty. You're keeping it right on the backbone, that's great.
And you just work your way down?
Yep, just keep going down. You'll hit the rib bones in a little bit right here.
All right.
And so just kind of, you kind of want to hold right where you're cutting. For your first sheephead fillet, I mean, I don't want to speak too soon, but it's looking pretty good, guys.
Yeah, we don't want to jinx it. Don't want to jinx it. Okay, so once you work your way down, where do we go from there?
All right, so have you reached the rib cage yet? So look, reach up. And so you want to start,
a little bit more right
So when
there?
you start seeing the skin pull like that, you just kind of cut right there. Cut where it's pulling, you just cut. Yeah, kind of peel it backwards. There you go, good job. That's the rib cage right there, guys. He's hitting.
Okay.
All right, so now you might want to kind of come, you just keep holding it, like kind of maybe move your hand down a little bit and start cutting down this area.
Okay.
Start kind of cutting the belly meat off.
Okay.
Oh, perfect. You're doing a great job. So that's a pro tip right there. Try to bend the fish a little bit because the sheep heads, they're right down their backbone sticks out a little bit. So if you twist the fish a little bit, you can kind of get behind that backbone like he's doing right now. He's doing a great job.
Oh, then it kind of starts to release.
Mm-hmm. You kind of start, yeah. That's the key thing right there. With fish, it's really nice when it starts just releasing on its own.
So now, do I work my way over this rib cage, or do I just keep going down this backside till I get
I'd
through?
recommend what you do is you keep kind of pushing this back with your finger, kind of get your finger down here.
Okay.
And you start kind of pulling along this until it kind of gets down just to the skin. So kind of get your finger way down there. And, oop. Yeah, like that. Yeah. Start cutting right there until you get to the skin.
Okay. So you're creating that kind of V shape almost.
Yeah.
And
All right,
then we going to
right there.
puncture through.
So you kind of want to go.
What you're saying.
Yeah. So you got the skin right there. So that's good right there. So you want to keep working your way down to the end of the fish.
Okay.
I should let you. I didn't think about it. You should have done the other side of the bluefish.
That might have been a little easier, but you know what? We're out here. Go big or go home.
Yeah, one of the first fish he's cleaning is the sheephead, which is arguably one of the hardest fish to fillet. But he's doing a great job. I'm really impressed with him. He's doing better than some people I know that clean fish all the time. So.
Wow. High compliment. Oh, I do feel that. I guess the pin bones.
Yeah, you can cut through those guys.
Okay, so now I'm peeling back more.
And so at this point, what I recommend you probably doing, you pretty much cut. Well, you might want to cut a little bit more down here at the base of this. So this fin, you want to try to leave that guy there. You don't want that fin right there.
Oh, okay.
And so try to leave that on the skeleton. If you can, just kind of cut down all the way to the bottom. You've almost got it there. It's looking great.
Okay, I made a major breakthrough right there.
Perfect. That looks good. All right, so now you want to so what I like to do is I like to hold it like this and just start cutting my way down here.
Okay.
And
so kind of going
like
through
that.
right there.
And you kind of, once you get through the rib area, hold the board for you. Once you get through the rib area, you kind of tilt the knife down. Oh, there you go. It's looking perfect. So keep doing that. Keep doing that.
Keep going down.
Yep.
Okay.
It's looking good. Because there's some ribs right there. You don't want to deal with those guys. Oh, that one looks great. Just cut it off. There you go.
Boom. Boom.
And look at that. This is his first ever sheephead fillet. And that looks really nice, guys. I mean, I believe this is the side you did right here?
Yep.
Right, yeah. This is the side I did. I mean, this
Okay, well, yep.
almost no difference, guys. I mean, and this is his first time filleting a sheephead. So if you do a lot of kind of stuff we've been looking at today, just take your time, cut just a little bit at a time. I mean, it's not that hard.
Man, great teacher right here.
So now is the fun part. This is the hardest part right here.
Okay, so I guess since I'm left-handed, probably be easier to have a fillet knife. And then you're grabbing skin, right?
Yeah, so you
Kinda have to get
actually you'll
started?
start on the back side. So you kind of, it's okay to miss a little bit of skin right here. So I
Okay.
recommend, I'm trying to figure out how you do that with your left hand. So you got to hold it like this. You want to hold this knife on the back side.
Okay, and then this comes in.
Yeah. mhm.
Okay, I see what you're saying. All right,
So,
let's see. I'm going to have to try to do this with my right hand, I think. So something like this, and you angle it
yeah, kind
down?
of downward angle, yeah, a little bit.
and
You turn
come
it.
in.
You're not really cutting. You're more just pulling it through the meat. And keep that thing down. Kind of almost push against the board with the knife there.
Okay.
There you go. There you go. Ooh. And so a lot of times when you start getting into it, you can start scalping the top side of it. So you gotta be careful not to scalp the top side. Keep the knife down against the board. So with these thicker fish, it's easy to scalp them. And so that's why I was moving around all over the place and cutting. So you might want to flip over the top side once it gets a little thicker and start.
Okay.
There you go.
Pull this back. So then flip the top side. Same idea, I assume.
Yeah, so once Alan becomes a fish fillet master, we'll make some videos of how you lefties can clean fish with your left hand.
Yeah, that would be a good idea.
Try to keep the tip down. You're doing good. Keep the tip down. Here, keep it pushed down against the meat. Here, let's get it back on the board for you. You're doing good. You almost got it. You almost got it.
All the slime from the fish makes it
Yeah.
a little more difficult.
Keep that knife pointed. Push it down as hard as you can against the board. Oh. It's starting to scalp a little bit right here.
Oh yeah, okay.
And so
There you go. Beginner,
try not to leave too much meat on there if you
beginner
can.
hurt right there.
Yeah, sometimes it's good to flip it up like that. Make it a little easier.
Oh, I felt a little bit better about that, but I think I might still be scalping.
But for
see
your
if we
first
can
one,
get
this is
it.
really not bad. This is really not bad. All right, you almost got it here. How
I
much left?
might see if I can't just pull.
There you go. You can try that. A lot of people do that.
Okay.
I mean, that's not
the
bad, though.
best. Not the best. Definitely got some missing
Looks a
pieces
little
right
bit
there,
behind, but that's not bad. Not bad for your
But
first.
overall, that's the fillet right there.
Mm-hmm.
So Wiggins, I need you to walk me through. I definitely still feel some bones right along here in the top.
Yeah.
So, with that said, what do we need to do?
Okay. So when you do sheephead, or any fish, you want to kind of look over. So it looks like a little bit of skin or scale or something got left behind right here. So I would probably trim that off right there. And then there's some bones right here. I'd probably trim off, but you can go and maybe cut that one off.
Okay, so just a light.
I'd honestly just see if you tilt your knife a little bit this way.
Okay, so almost
so-
like a point straight down.
And just barely just shave that off almost. Without trying to with losing as little as me possible, just try to shave that little piece off right there. Perfect. All right, that's how I do it. Kind of kind of cut
Push
the
it
corner
down
off.
a little
Yeah,
bit?
push it down a little bit
Okay.
right there. Yep, there you go. Got that little nasty thing off.
Yep, that feels a lot better.
All right, so now let's
Okay.
try to get this dude out of here. Then that's your rib. So you want kind of almost find where that starts and put the knife and cut underneath it. And so you don't want to cut that whole piece off necessarily. You just want to kind of pull that little top part off there.
Okay.
Yeah, so you can keep the bottom of it because that's not going all the way through the meat. That's just kind of on the top side of it there. And so it looks like it kind of check something real quick, make sure it's not coming through the bottom there. I just don't feel it. I think you got it. I think that must have been it.
Nice.
All right.
Okay.
Now that last thing is the pin bent line. And also just make sure you don't feel any ribs along
I do
that
feel
top.
a little bit of ribs right here.
Okay, so you
so-
feel ribs. I think it's just that tiny little piece right there on the end. Just try to cut that off. There you go. You can see the ribs
Gonna
right
go
there.
For the
That's got it.
little.
Ribs gone. Now
Okay.
now pin bend's last thing.
All right. So all along right. Well,
So they don't go all the way to the tail. So they go right along the spine right here. You'll feel them right there. They stop right here. So
Okay.
so you want to like kind of start right here, cut right there, and a cut right there.
Cut right there. Okay.
Kind of stay right along that red line if you can. And check again when you're done, just make sure you got them all.
Feel like that's pretty good, but cross check.
Awesome, awesome. Inspection right here. And this white stuff here, guys, is just skin, and that's totally fine to eat. It won't hurt you at all. You just want to make sure there's no bones in it. Alan, I think you got a boneless, skinless sheephead fillet.
Let's go. That's
let's
a new
compare.
one for me right there.
Let's compare. I mean, I really am impressed with what Alan did. So this is one of my fillets right here. You can see, looks fine.
You can definitely tell there's a little bit more thickness to yours, and I'm sure that was because of maybe a different fish, but at the same time, I definitely lost a few.
But I mean,
a few pieces of meat. But
yeah, guys, for your first fish, Alan, that's really not bad. And guys, this is y'all could do this at home. This is not that hard. And so do what Alan did. Just do whatever he did. I tried to give as many pointers as I could, and you can get a nice chunk of pretty sheephead fillet. So
that was a great teaching, great lesson. Highly feel like if you've watched this video, you can definitely do it, because if I could do it, anybody could. So yeah, you made it easy. That was easy to watch. So
well, that's good. And then maybe tune in later, and we'll show you how we cook up these fish. And so, but for now, it was good hanging out with y'all.
Yep. Thanks for watching.